Hey guys, it's Vince. Today in this video I'd like to discuss a question that came in overnight that's actually coming in at least 3 to 4 times a week now. It's actually getting really disturbing how many questions I'm getting on this, and that is I'm trying to follow your soft limit video and I'm following it, and no matter what buttons I hit, whether it be ref all home or other tasks in Mach 3, I'm having issues with Mach 3 correlating to what I'm seeing you do on your screen. Now, many times I used to go back and I used to go into, detail as far as, okay, well, what are you doing? And then I get, a whole long list of variables that the potential client is doing that could be causing the issue. But the number one cause for most issues with Mach 3, if you're trying to go through and follow a tutorial video online, is this. And I'm going to show you what it is because I have a potential client's video, and I want to show you in the top left corner of what the problem predominantly is.
Machine to home.
Just wait for it.
As you can see, it's all 0, 0 in machine coordinates, and it's that
right here. Let's see if you guys can see it. Do you see it? It's top left corner. It's right here where it says registered to. And if you look at the name here, okay, we can see that the odd characters, this is a pirated Mach 3 license, okay? And I'm not here to go into detail about pirated software. To be honest with you, that's the software company's job to do that. But what I am here to tell you is that 99.9% of the time, when you're receiving a Mach 3 license from overseas, whether it be with a piece of hardware and they're bundling it with the hardware, it's pirated. The problem with that is that many of you find out that when you go to use the software, it's not functioning properly. And 99.9% of the time, it's always because of this. Okay? So when this particular potential client contacted me and I saw this immediately, that was the first thing I pointed out to him, because it's something that stands out, and it's been standing out more and more. And after I messaged him and I said, tell me something, it looks like you have a pirated license of Mach 3. Did you get this with a system overseas? And what he replied back was, I received it with my controller board. And he says, yes, it's probably pirated. So again, when we start looking at these things, we have to look at all the variables. If you're in any type of doubt that your Mach 3 license is genuine, I would contact Artsoft and find out if it is. I'm going to put a link to Artsoft. You can contact them and ask that question. If it's coming from overseas, if you're getting a 6040, if you're getting any Chinese-made CNC system, odds are it's coming with pirated software. They do it because, of course, in their country, that's very common, number one. Number two, it's also to increase value. Okay, we have to look at this logically. The software is not cheap. You're still looking at a $175 license. And again, these are things we need to analyze. We need to pay close attention to, because it's happening, like I said, more and more frequently. It could just be that I'm real grateful the channel is growing and I'm just getting more and more questions on this, but it's something that is continuously happening, and it's the number one issue that will correct most problems as far as Mach 3 acting odd. So if you ever see, when you go to register Mach 3, in terms of activating your license, copying and pasting the license inside of the Mach 3 folder, and you see register to, and the name is some weird characters or some other name, I'm telling you now, or even a company name, that's very common too. They're now doing company names. I would contact Artsoft, see if the license is real. And the reason I'm saying this is if you get in term of using this software and don't realize that the software is pirated, and you find out in the middle of a high-dollar job that the software is pirated because the software is not acting as it should, you don't want to destroy your substrate or potentially hurt your machine because of something silly like this. And believe me, it does happen. It's happened in the past. So I'm just making everybody aware of that. Hopefully it'll, like I always say, save one of you. I mean, if one of you is actually going to watch the video and understand what I'm looking at, many of you go check your licenses and double check. Again, Mach 3 is not cheap. Mach 4 is not cheap. None of these manufacturers are including this software for free. Okay, if you're buying a system in the States, most of the licenses in the States, I'm glad to say, are genuine. Most. If you're buying a used system, and again, this happens frequently, you buy a used system and the guy's including everything and, you know, his microwave with it to try to get rid of it, check and make sure that all of your software licenses are genuine, because you are the one that will suffer if there's a problem with the software. It's not just the fact that, like I said, I'm not here to preach about having the best, you know, OEM version of the software. You want something that's workable, though. You certainly don't want to have problems with it, and you certainly don't want to have your machine give you trouble. And believe me, this is frustrating when I see this, because I know right away that's most likely his issue. You get certain features that function, some that don't, and believe me, it's a headache. So again, guys, you'll see my contact information in the front of the video as well as the end. You can contact me direct with questions, requests for consultation, quote, whatever it may be. My email is storm2313@gmail.com. You can also message me through my eBay store, eDealers Direct. Again, I hope that this helps. Thank you all for your support. Take care.